You probably think all robot vacuums are the same, and you would be 100% wrong. But look, they've come a long way, and this might look like your average traditional robot vacuum, but actually it's the Rolls-Royce of vacuums. It is packed with the latest technology. And let me explain to you just briefly what you're missing or what happens as you step up through the range of robot vacuums. So the basic robot vacuum might look like this. If you go to a shop, it might be $300, $400, $500, and it'll have great suction, and it might even have mopping. And then what that means is it'll have a mopping pad that'll be stuck to the bottom, and it'll wet that as it goes, and it'll drag that along your hard floor, which is pretty good. It's basically wiping. Let's be real, it's wiping. Then they introduced these kind of brushes on the bottom, circular brushes that actually agitate. So they actually push down on the ground and they twist and turn as it goes around your hard floor. That's an unbelievable mop. It actually does a fantastic job. And I didn't think really from a robotic perspective you could do much more. But enter this. This is the Ecovacs X8 Pro Omni. It's going on sale very, very soon, if not now. Basically, the Pro Omni part comes from this. This is the home station, the Omni station, where it gets its clean water from, it empties its dirty water into, and it empties its dust and debris into here. There's a bag in here. But have a look underneath. What is different about that? Well, that is a proper brush roller mop. So this here, and we've been using this for weeks, and doesn't smell at all, which is a really important test of a self-cleaning product, whether it's a stick product or a robot product. Does it clean itself enough that it doesn't smell after it's cleaned and it's sat for hours or even a day in your living room? This brush roller has been going around our house for weeks, and it is in impeccable condition. And I gotta tell you, this thing's crazy because it's actually a brush here, this roller, is pushing down onto the ground with force, so it actually pushes down. And the most important thing here, it comes out. So when it knows it's near the edge, because there's a huge sensor on the side here, so it knows exactly where the edges are, and that sensor is so big that it sees both the wall and the skirting board, so it knows the distance difference. It'll bring out the roller, and I've seen it get within probably 5 millimeters of the wall, which is pretty spectacular given it is robotic. And then the other problem a lot of people have noticed with some robot vacuums is these brushes here that articulate so that it brings the debris into the vacuum portion. So any dust on the floor and debris on the floor, kids' bloody cereal or whatever it might be. So on this one, it pops out. So it'll go even further into corners. So basically it's using both corners of the circle to get into the corners of your home. Great brush in here as well to actually do the vacuuming, tangle free, and then sucks up into the middle here, comes back to here, cleans itself out, refreshes it. If it's got more cleaning to do, it'll refresh it. Now, this is a $2,499 product. This is the premium level of robot vacuum. And I've noticed there are some other vacuums on the market that are more than this. I've got to tell you, I think you'd be crazy to spend more than this because this is the very latest technology. It's probably the greatest suction. It's the best performing robot vacuum out there. And the other thing is it's using pretty advanced mapping systems. So there's no LiDAR on top. It's all incorporated here. They call it a AI 3D sensors, but basically this can see around itself. So it'll avoid everything in your home. It'll avoid obstacles, but its mapping capabilities are brilliant. And in the app, you get a 3D map of your home that makes it very easy to work out where you want it to clean, when and how often and all those different things. This is a kind of product that literally is set and forget. So you put it out there, you let it go, put it on a schedule. You can create a schedule or let it do that automatically and just let it clean for you. Now, what we do every week or so is, like on a Saturday, if we're heading out to kids' sport or something, I'll put all the dining room chairs and chairs up on the bench so that it can really get in and do a proper clean. But in a daily clean, it will just go around the legs, it'll go around the table, it'll go around everything. But it is worthwhile still every now and then just going, hey, kids, let's tidy up so that Robert here, Robert the robot, we went with R, round, because they've gone back to a round form factor. They had this D-shaped form factor before. They've gone back to the round. I think that's the most reliable and efficient form factor. And if you're not naming your robot, how much do you really love your robot? That's what I would say. The X8 Pro Omni is on sale, major retailers in Australia, $2,499. There are, as always, steps up to that. You'll find an Ecovacs robot at around $400 at Aldi in a few weeks. You'll find Ecovacs robots in the $9.99, the $17.99, and they're all great. But you just need to know where the top is, and this is it. This station, by the way, is about the same height as last year's X5, which was their premium one. It's just a bit narrower. So it's a good looking station. Uses kind of like a, I don't know, copper, gold look to the latches and things. And these are actually slightly bigger tanks than last year's, I'm pretty sure, because I poured last year's water into this one and it didn't fill it up as much. So there's a bit more in this as well. So this thing here is cleaning the mop roller when it's finished. So it's constantly cleaning itself as it's out doing the clean of your floors, and then when it comes back, it cleans itself so that it is clean, smell-free, and ready to roll again. So check that out if you want the absolute best for your floors, the X8 Pro Omni. And it will do, if you've got carpet in some rooms and hard floors in others, you can set it into carpet first mode. If you're worried about it like you've got heavy pile, long pile carpet and you're worried about it dragging a wet mop around, it'll do the carpet areas first and then do the mopping of the hard floors, which is just awesome. But obviously it'll run however you want it to run, wherever you want it to run, in whatever order as well, because you can set it just to go out and mop, just to go out and vacuum. You can set the water level, you can set the path, whether it's a really tight path that it mops or whether it's a bit of a loose path. And you find those settings that work for you and your battery life. But check it out, the X8 Pro Omni from Ecovacs.